Okay, it's that time of the week again where I'm gonna go through my team from last week. I'll look at the team of the week and then my future team for this week. So this week was very good. We hit above the average points, 21 points higher than the average points, so pretty good. I'd say the free hit worked out because all the players we brought in did really good, except Bryce. He's the only one that didn't really, but I mean, what can you do? And Pope, to be fair. Pope didn't have the best of games because he conceded. I think it was a goal like late into the game anyway. But we'll go through this. Munoz obviously having a good game. They did concede, but a lot. But they did get 2 assists and he got 1 bonus point, which is great. Munoz like Semenyo is going to stay in my team all the time. I brought in Gabriel. He got an assist and he got a clean sheet against Fulham, which is great. Unfortunately, I won't be able to afford him for this next week, which is okay. It is actually okay, and I'll explain why. Chalaba, just a simple clean sheet, which is great again. The midfield, not the greatest. Semenyo did get an assist though, but he also got yellow carded like a couple minutes into the game, which was annoying, but it is what it is. João Pedro, I want to see how many weeks he is 4 weeks on the trot without a goal. That's fine. I mean, I wouldn't have another striker because I don't know who I'd have. Actually, no, I could have Thiago. He's the only one. Like the one that plays for Brentford. He's the only other one I would take. So it's definitely a possibility, depending on how this weekend goes, if he'll be brought back in. I think Delap is slowly getting back into training, which means João Pedro's minutes might go down. But then if his minutes go down, he might try get more goals. He might play better, so we could potentially keep him in. Waltemad, I brought him in, and he scored, which is great. 2 bonus points for free as well. Haaland. This guy is ridiculous. He's actually a machine. It is not even funny anymore. I think the only change that would have got me more points is if I had played the Bravka. But against Leeds, kind of difficult to tell. It was a risky game. People chose the risk, and fair enough, it paid out, but sometimes it won't. I feel like playing the Bravka week in, week out is not a good idea. But again, unfortunate to have that. But he did have 4 saves, so kind of tells you that it could have gone another way. But the team of the week, I only had Haaland and Gabriel playing. Had the Bravka on the bench. Reece James is looking pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, his stats are doing pretty good. They're not really keeping clean sheets except from this game, obviously, but we'll see how they perform. It's just about gathering that more of that information on how teams are doing, especially with Champions League. It's kind of difficult for managers to play the right teams and healthy teams, but yeah. Chelsea had a really good game. Neto's I don't think he's a long-term keeper, to be honest. His stats don't really show it. He doesn't play even 80 minutes, which is fine. He just doesn't warrant being kept if he's going to play that little. Mateta, what an annoying player. He's always... Look at this. Like, he hits good points every, 3 or so games on average. So, going by that logic, his next 2 games, which is Arsenal and Brentford, he won't do great, and then Brighton here, he'll score a hat-trick. So, who knows? But then we'll go on to my team for this week. So, we have reverted to Vicario in goal, which is fine. If I could have, I would have wanted Pope, but I can't because I'll have to take a -4 for him, which isn't worth doing. But I think I've picked this team correctly. I have brought in Waltemad into my full team because my free hit reversed. I don't have Rice anymore, and I don't have Gabriel. which is annoying because I do want Gabriel really badly. I'd take Gabriel for probably maybe Van Dijk. Yeah, I feel like Van Dijk would be like a good switch out for him. But this was kind of a difficult choice this week, especially with my bench. So I think the defense is fine. I'd struggle between Pedro Porro and Tarkowski, but Tarkowski is kind of guaranteed those DEFCON points. So, and midfield also difficult. I'm debating Sarr and Minte, but Minte's against Man United, who are not the greatest at the back just now. So this definitely likely you could get an assist or even a goal. I mean, I wouldn't even necessarily take a hit for Gabriel this week either, because they're against Arsenal. No, they're against Crystal Palace, sorry. So it's definitely like possibility they will concede, but Munoz is very likely to get in a goal or an assist. As for Gabriel, to be fair, but it's not worth that -4 if he doesn't, for example. But other than that, it's kind of straightforward and explanatory. Not really. I want to see how Forest do with Dyche as the manager. They won 2-0 in the was it International League yesterday. I think they're in the Conference League or Europa League. No, they're in the Europa League. But yeah, it's looking pretty good. Dubravka again against Wolves. He played and get like 9 points again, but I'm not taking that risk. Feel like Vicario is a decent pick, although he didn't do great against Aston Villa, sorry. But I don't know. I could genuinely just switch it just now, but he's like, that's his first like good points. But I don't know. We shall see. We'll see how this week goes. Obviously, Captain Haaland. I don't think that needs explained at all. I'm not sure about Van Dijk. I can't trust Liverpool's defense just now, especially against a team like Brentford. I don't even know how. I'm excited to watch this game on Saturday night because I want to see how they do against a team like Brentford, because they're a bit of an awkward team. Not too sure how it's gonna go. We're away to Brentford, and I'll even be able to see how Thiago plays and if he should replace João Pedro, because it's a possibility that next week that could be possible, or I don't know. It's quite difficult, and that triple captain needs to kind of get used soon. I need to use it before game week 19, which is 10 weeks time, so I have plenty of time. But yeah, there's not really another player that I'd want to have in, to be honest. I think Ndai or maybe Garner looked pretty good, which is crazy. If you look at his stats, if I can find him, Ndai looks insane. His stats are great week in, week out, which is definitely something I need to look into. I've got Grealish, who I didn't even talk about, but I've got him in now. But where is he? Garner must be close. Yeah. Week in and week out. Decent points. Only for 5 mil. Good points. Which is great. We'll have to see. We'll have to see, to be honest. I think I might be underutilizing them. I might think maybe Minte for Ndai next week, especially if they're against Sunderland. Definitely something to look at for sure.